We just spoke to Tomasek. I mean, he talked about just sort of getting into the flow and learning the new ice size, and you know, he seems comfortable wanting to be a shooter as well. Like, what do you sense in his mentality here, and what do you saw tonight?
Yeah, there's always a transition period for those guys coming over. Whether you're coming from junior, college, wherever it is, mostly it's the pace of play, and you don't have as much time to make plays. In Europe, it's also, you get the puck, and you don't have as much time to make a play, but more importantly, probably not as much room, space to escape, to skate away from the pressure. Here, you feel a little bit of pressure, and there's not much room, and so just because of the ice surface. Tonight, you definitely could see that he had a shooter mentality. He had many opportunities, whether that was on the power play, wanting to shoot, get that puck on net, 5-on-5 early, was really wanting to get the puck on net, and which is good because of the guys that we have on our team, or the last couple of years that I've seen, as he's probably one of the better shooters. So, more that he can shoot and put pucks on the net. Very few guys can score from distance, and I would say that probably the way he shoots, he could probably do that once in a while.
How do you feel Savoy played tonight?
I thought he played really well. He created a lot of turnovers. He was in on the forward check. That line, especially in the first period, was all around the puck. We used him on the penalty kill. I thought he looked very comfortable there. Overall, I thought he had a solid game.
Just piggybacking on the Savoy question, you had him on the PK for a little bit today. Just some thoughts on how that unit performed?
Yeah, no, I thought he did a really good job. New system for all our players, and not something that he did last year, but I think for him, he's a smart hockey player. He's very quick. On the penalty kill, you'd like to have a little more reach. That comes beneficial at times. But quickness and smarts he definitely has, and tonight for everyone doing it, I thought he did a pretty good job.
And you had Wallman and Nurse together. You alluded to that in the previous days here. They played together last year. How do you think they performed in their first preseason match?
They performed really well, and again, it's exhibition. There's a handful of NHL guys out there for both sides, and it was expected that they would push the play and they'd have more offensive zone time than being in the defensive zone. And I think that they did that. They made some nice plays. Obviously, Nurse with his goal, but they had a lot of good quality chances setting up some offensive play. I thought they were good.
Bunch of games going to come up this week now. Preseason's going to kick into gear here. Do you have can you give us a hint on when you might start making some cuts and when you might start playing the big boys in games as we go on here?
Probably you'll see our top guys playing in our first exhibition game at home. You'll probably see those guys. Cuts after that. We have that day off on Thursday, and we'll probably be sending some guys out then.
With McDavid's usage in the preseason, is that going to be up from last year, down from last year? With McDavid's usage in the preseason, was that up or down?
Last year he played 5. He was really wanting to get into more games. This time around, I would probably say a little less, whether that's 3 or 4 games.
Is that a back and forth thing, or is that just how it's going to be?
You want to know the players, do they feel comfortable? Do they feel like they're ready to play? It's not that I'm saying you are absolutely playing 3 games and that's it. Some of our players, you don't know what's going to happen. Some guys might get banged up and you might need some extra bodies. So, I think we have it as 3 and 4, and that's probably it.
Matt Tompkins didn't get the win, but he made some really good saves in this game. Could you speak on his play?
Yeah, he played really well. I know he didn't have many shots, but I think the quality of shots were high. And, that started with a breakaway save that he made, about 30 seconds into the game. And I know he saved us a big-time save at the end of the game to allow us to get to overtime. So, if you looked at the score sheet and didn't see any of the game, you'd probably say, 3 goals against, 15, 16 shots, probably wasn't that good a night. But no, he made some big saves. It was just very few easy ones for him. So, yeah, I thought he was good.
Kris, obviously this being the first game of preseason, what exactly is the head coach trying to extract from a game like this, and do you feel the team was collectively able to meet that expectation?
Just early on the preseason, one is you're trying to get the guys to work hard and skate and play with a lot of pace. And, I thought for the most part, I thought we did a pretty good job at that. And then you're just trying to get them familiar with the systems so they can play connected when they're on the ice. Even some of these guys who are doing the systems that over the last 2 years since I've been here, over the course of summer, then you take a break. There's reminders that everyone needs. So just the more that we can get everyone in line or in tune with what we're doing, and then it happens upon their instincts, that, so that's what we're trying to get.
What was it like having new partners on the bench in terms of the assistant coaches? What was that like? New experience?
A little bit. Mark has been on my side for quite a while, and Chalker was on on my other side, which hasn't happened. So we'll only have 1 or 2 more of those games.